But then it all just goes back to just gimmicks and
come on, guys, come back.
Yeah.
I liked him, and I
just wanted him to do more.
Personally, I have never been a huge fan of Ultron. I'm not saying he's a bad villain. I'm not saying that
That's true. His comic version was kind of not really fleshed out either.
Like, I don't mind. He was pretty fleshed out in the comics to me. Like, I don't mind when he shows up in the comics. He's just never really excited me because he's essentially Skynet. He's one of those stock villains where I am the robot who is designed to protect humanity, but humanity is so flawed.
Yeah, that's true. This movie kind of gave him a little bit of pathos.
It gave him...
I do like that, yeah.
He had some personality.
Yeah.
Which is why, actually, my favorite moment of him in the comics was during Annihilation Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was... Yeah, Conquest. When he had some personality to him, he had, life forms will evolve through the machine, and...
You know where I liked him? I liked him in Next Avengers. I was hoping to see that kind of Ultron, very clinical,
is that the one where
very matter of fact.
See, that's the one that bores the crap out of me.
See, that's scary. I mean,
I like that. I thought that one was scary, quote unquote.
I mean, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting a good Marvel villain, and I didn't get that. And for God's sake, I mean, come on, man.
When Hulk, I was got excited at that part because
that was stupid.
Hulk jumps in, and you're like, okay, here we go, Hulk and Ultron. We haven't seen him battle yet, and all he does is throw him out the cockpit. I was like, come on.
I think that was supposed to be this movie's version of Hulk punching Thor.
Yeah, that's an issue that I have with this movie. Is not that moments make a movie, but there's none of those, like, at least not a lot of the, like, fist pumping moments from the first movie. You know, like a Hulk smash moment. Or a Hulk catching Iron Man.
Oh, it was definitely more subdued.
Yeah, but I think it made up for that. And I know Rob kind of disagrees with me. I think it made up for that with the character moments, not the action moments. Because for me, the action moments when I walked out of it, honestly, were kind of forgettable. Outside of a few ones, like in the very beginning where Thor hits Cap's shield and it just shockwaves all of them down.
Yeah. Well, throughout the whole thing, they were able to keep the one thing that I loved in Avengers.
Yeah.
In the way that they shoot their battle scenes, where it flows seamlessly from one hero to another.
The first,
especially that first
battle. Oh my god, that was great.
But I mean, even up on the floating city.
Yeah.
It was just a nice transition from one person fighting to the other, or two people fighting together. And that's one flow that I loved in Avengers.
That's always been the charm of the Avengers is when they work off of each other. Sometimes literally like that.
And I think that's what made the battle with Ultron a letdown for me, because like we had talked earlier, it was like, we're just fighting the Skitarii again.
Well, I did have that issue too, where it was like, okay, you're just fighting mindless drones, except they're robots, not aliens.
And then even your leader is getting his shit fucked up. If he put vibranium on himself, it would have been fine, but he didn't.
Because he had shit to build.
I want to get.
There's only so much vibranium without pissing off Wakanda.
I want to get Wave's opinion on this. What do you think about Vision being the one to pick up the hammer?
Oh God.
I mean, is the elevator worthy?
You're right. Yeah, I like that quip at the end. Because it ties back into, well, he's a synthesoid. So does it really count? Or
I don't really have too much issue with it. I think I have more issue with the fact that Cap couldn't pick up the hammer than I do with the fact that Vision did. And that's not even a big issue, especially because at the very least Mjolnir moved when Steve tried it.
That's why I think now. Disclaimer: I do like that Vision picked it up. I think the build up to that, where he's giving his speech and he hands it to him and is like,
all the moments with it were phenomenal.
And then everyone was just like, oh, holy shit. He just, in the movie, they're like, oh, shit. But I think would have worked better because they built it up with Cap. And I think it would have helped lift up the script a little bit more. Thematically, would, have Cap be the one who picks it up at the end and defeats Ultron with it. Yeah. And that's what I was expecting the whole movie. Right. I was like, everyone's going to get fucked up. And it's going to be up to even Captain America's going to get fucked up.
Actually,
but he finally
I'm going to one better you on that. I will one better you on that. Widow does it.
Yeah, because she did the whole, that's something I don't need answered.
Yeah, that's something I don't need answered. Could you imagine if Mjolnir had fallen, like Thor falls, Natasha just runs, not even thinking, scoops it up.
Yeah.
Wham. And I'd like to know, in the...
I don't know about that. I don't know if I would... Go on.
In the Age of Ultron...
I'm in pain!
What, about the idea of Widow being worthy of...
Yes!
I'd like to know something. In the comics, Widow did.
Irrelevant comics because we're talking about the MCU. They spent the first 30 minutes explaining how fragile and broken she is.
Okay.
How scarred and soul hurt she is. It wouldn't make any fucking sense.
How does that not make her worthy? How does that not make her worthy?
It wouldn't make any sense because they've established that she's tainted somehow.
No. They established that she believes she is tainted. I'd like to know, we're talking about the Norse here. A body count does not make you not worthy. Right. Okay? It's drinking, sex, none of that.
It's a certain goodness or purity that you have.
What's in your soul.
It's about how pure your soul is. And you know what? Here's the thing. I don't see Natasha having a lot of evil within her. She may view what she does.
She's got red in her ledger, but she's not evil.
That's the thing. She may view herself as evil, but that doesn't mean that she is.
I still think they established that there's something that she has to work through. And if
she
picked up the hammer,
I think so too,
I would have
because
a huge problem.
I agree. I think so too, because when we got to this point where she tells her backstory, I thought we were gonna kind of get a little bit of the expansion of red in her ledger, like she's killed a lot of people she didn't want to, but it kind of just falls back on sterilized, which I'm okay with. But I just, again, it goes back to me just I wanted more. Where's something deeper than that?
See, I don't know if we really need the specifics of what specific red she is talking
about.
I
don't really want specifics, but I just wanted something.
Expand a little bit more on
that it wasn't just, oh, well, yeah, I did all this other shit, but I'm sterilized. That's the main thing. I think that shouldn't have been the main contention of her, descent in herself. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I would hope they could expand upon that.
So last thing, favorite part of the movie, Sam.
Oh man, favorite part of the
movie? Or favorite like running thing type.
Deal. I gotta say, I laughed pretty hard when Quicksilver was he was running and he sees the hammer go by him. And he's like, oh, I can grab onto that. And he grabs onto it, and it just takes him even further. I really enjoyed that part.
Rah, I know you didn't really like the movie, but what was your favorite part?
Favorite part of the movie? My favorite part of the movie, I guess, would have to be...
Come on, you can't. There's no way you dislike all of the movie. There's so much good that works in there. Yeah, there's a lot of that's wrong.
Fight? Actually, I had problems with that fight. But probably... I'd have to say, probably when Ultron first gets put together, and he walks into the room.
Oh, that is cool.
And I know it's the one in the trailer, but that's the part I like the most because I had the most hope for something really spectacular.
Speaking of all cool Ultron moments, I do also like because there's a lot of talk about evolving in that movie. Mm-hmm. In a moment of pure brilliance, where they're actually talking about the violence of evolution in subtext, and visually. He rips through his previous model and continues talking as the upgraded model. I mean, I thought that was just brilliantly shot.
That's probably number 2.
I mean, that was so cool. What a cool thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And mine is the running joke of language.
Oh yeah.
And just the Nick Fury, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Which also
I'm never gonna live that down.
3 seconds before Cap says that, like when the helicarrier first shows up, I turned to Tropical Donut and I just whispered, "You one-eyed bastard."
And he said something similar to that,
And it's like, Nick Fury, you son of a bitch. You kiss your mother with that mouth?
I know Rod didn't care for it, but I genuinely liked the running. You didn't see that coming gag?
Yeah.
I really liked that. I thought that was a cool little banter between him and Hawkeye that had significant payoff at the end when he died.
All right, Knock, as the one person in the room who has not seen the movie, after hearing all this, do you have any quick thoughts before we kill this?
No.
All right. Well, we'll see you then.
Yeah,
see you later.
I'm sure this will be a continuing contention as we go forward. So expect more Age of Ultron talk next time, and
spoiler free.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. So thanks for joining us. I'm Sam.
I'm Wade. I'm Rara.
And Knock.
Bye bye.
Ultron awesome.